vehicle America is most afraid to admit exists is also the easiest to fix. For 70 years, the American recreational vehicle industry has sold you a dream. Freedom, open roads, the great outdoors. And for 70 years, it has also sold you a lie. The lie that a rolling home worth $120,000 should need 3 trips to the dealer in its first year. The lie that water leaks and delaminating walls are just part of the experience. The lie that there is no better way. But in 2024, something crossed an ocean. Not a car, not a smartphone, a motorhome. And the engineers who built it made a decision that American RV executives have spent the last 18 months trying to explain away. They built it to be repaired by anyone, anywhere, for almost nothing. The American RV industry, a $24 billion machine, is terrified. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why this changes everything. Elkhart, Indiana, population 53,000. It calls itself the RV capital of the world, and for once, that is not an exaggeration. Roughly 80% of all recreational vehicles sold in America are manufactured within 100 miles of this city. Thor Industries, Forest River, Winnebago. These 3 companies control the American market. Combined, they generate over $21 billion in annual revenue. They have lobbyists, they have brand legacy, they have dealerships in every state. What they do not have, and what they have never needed to have, is serious foreign competition. But that's not the whole story. Because while Elkhart was comfortable, while Forest River was posting record margins, while American consumers were quietly accepting that a $90,000 RV might come with warped cabinet doors and a leaking roof seam, engineers in Hangzhou, Guangzhou, and Baoding were watching, and they were taking notes. The average American RV owner spends $1,200 to $2,500 per year on repairs and maintenance in the first 3 years of ownership. That number, sourced from RVYA industry data, is not a secret. It is an accepted cost of the lifestyle. A shrug. A price of admission. In China, they saw that number and called it something different. They called it an opportunity. Then something shifted. In 2022, a company most Americans had never heard of unveiled a recreational vehicle built on a foundation that Elkhart had never considered. The Wanaka T 5DM Pro Max. And its secret was not in the kitchen. It was not in the solar panels. It was not in the panoramic roof. It was underneath. It was the chassis. BYD, the same company that overtook Tesla in global EV sales in late 2023, manufactures the T5DM hybrid platform that underpins the Wanaka. A 1.5-liter turbocharged engine paired with electric motors and a high-capacity battery pack. Vertical integration so complete that BYD designs, manufactures, and services every component from the battery cell to the drive motor to the software that controls both. The implications for repairability are profound and intentional. Because a BYD hybrid drivetrain has fewer moving parts than a diesel. It requires no oil changes on the electric side. Regenerative braking means the brake pads on a BYD platform vehicle can last 2 to 3 times longer than conventional friction systems. And because BYD operates a dealer and service network of over 30,000 locations inside China alone, the mechanical heart of the Wanaka can be diagnosed, serviced, or rebuilt almost anywhere in that country within 48 hours. Here's where it gets revolutionary. The RV body itself was engineered with the same philosophy. Fiberglass composite panels, not the wood-framed, vinyl-skinned construction that has defined American RVs for half a century. A material that does not warp, does not delaminate, does not absorb water and rot from the inside out. A material that American manufacturers have avoided because it costs more upfront, and because they have never had to justify the long-term cost to their customers. But that's not the whole story. Here is the detail that never appears in the press releases, that the automotive journalists are not writing about, that the American RV lobby absolutely does not want in your YouTube feed. The Chinese motorhome is not just easier to repair at the dealership. It is designed to be easier to repair by you, in a field, a campsite, or a parking lot, with tools you already own. But here's what the American RV lobby absolutely does not want, explained in plain language. Because once you understand how this vehicle is actually built, not just what it looks like, not just what it costs, you will never be able to unsee it. The plumbing architecture in models like the Wanaka and the LiveZone Power RV uses zone isolatable systems. A leak in the rear bathroom? You do not lose water to the entire vehicle. You close one valve, isolate one zone, address one problem. In a Thor Challenger or a Coachman Catalina, a single plumbing failure can cascade through an interconnected system, requiring full drain down and professional diagnostic time, billed at $120 to $180 per hour. The service bays on these Chinese units include integrated catch trays, physical containment designed to prevent water from a repair job from migrating into the subfloor. American RV manufacturers rarely include these. Water damage from a bad repair is so common in the American industry that it has its own consumer protection forum with over 400,000 members. What they discovered next caught even the engineers off guard. Because when independent mechanics in Europe began working on these vehicles, they found something unexpected. The wiring harnesses were labeled, in English, with logical, sequential numbering, as if someone had actually planned for the vehicle to be repaired by people who had never built it. The American RV industry is scrambling. That is not a metaphor. That is a documented operational reality. In 2023, Thor Industries, the largest RV manufacturer on Earth with $11.1 billion in fiscal 2022 revenue, saw its stock fall over 40% from its peak as shipment numbers collapsed and dealer inventories ballooned. Management blamed interest rates. They blamed consumer sentiment. What they did not say, but what their R&D filings reveal, is that they were simultaneously studying Chinese platforms. Forest River, owned by Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, quietly began auditing its quality control processes for the first time in years. Internal dealer satisfaction scores leaked to industry newsletter RV Business in 2023 showed that warranty claims per unit had reached a 10-year high. Winnebago, the most storied name in American recreational vehicles, founded in 1958, announced a restructuring of its manufacturing operations in late 2023, citing evolving market conditions. The phrase evolving market conditions is corporate language for we see what is coming and we are not ready. But wait, it gets worse. In Europe, the proving ground for export Chinese vehicles before any potential American market entry, the reaction has been even more acute. Maxus, the SAIC-owned van and campervan brand, entered the UK and European markets with a full authorized repairer network, a 5-year roadside assistance program called Maxus Assist, and dealer-trained technicians before the first vehicle was even delivered to a customer. Compare this to the American RV model, where warranty service is routed through independent dealerships that are not required to carry parts inventory, where wait times for warranty repairs average 47 days, according to a 2023 RVY, a consumer survey, and where the manufacturer is legally insulated from direct consumer repair obligations in most states. European automotive regulators took notice. By 2024, Maxus had been awarded a 4-star Euro NCAP adjacent safety rating on its van platforms, and its service network had expanded to over 14 countries. The Dettel brand, another Chinese RV entrant, began European distribution in 2024 through established automotive dealer groups in Germany and the Netherlands. And this is where the American industry made its fatal mistake. It assumed the Chinese vehicles would not be repairable outside China, that the language barrier, the unfamiliar platforms, the proprietary electronics, these would serve as a natural moat, that nobody in a European workshop or an American repair bay would figure it out. They were wrong. They were behind by a decade. And catching up is nearly impossible when your competitor has already solved the problem you told consumers didn't exist. But here is what most people are completely missing. The repairability of these Chinese motorhomes is not an accident. It is not a lucky byproduct of good engineering. It is a deliberate strategic decision rooted in something the American RV industry structurally cannot replicate: automotive-grade vertical integration. BYD does not just make the Wanaka's hybrid drivetrain. BYD makes the battery cells, the battery management software, the electric motors, the power inverters, the regenerative braking system, and the diagnostic interface that communicates with all of them. When something goes wrong, if something goes wrong, the entire system speaks one language. One manufacturer, one data standard, one point of accountability. The LiveZone Power RV sits on a Great Wall Power pickup platform with BorgWarner four-wheel drive, a component supplier whose parts are stocked in automotive warehouses across 60 countries. A BorgWarner transfer case can be sourced from a standard automotive supplier in Texas, in Thailand, in Turkey. It is not an exotic part, it is a truck part. And truck mechanics know truck parts. The Dongfeng MS600 uses a Cummins diesel engine. Cummins, an American company, with authorized service centers in over 190 countries. The engine in this Chinese Expedition motorhome can be serviced by any Cummins dealer on the planet, and there are more than 7,500 of them. Most people have no idea this is already happening. By 2030, analysts at Bloomberg NEF project that Chinese automotive brands will control over 30% of global vehicle sales outside of North America. The service infrastructure, the dealer networks, the trained technicians, the parts supply chains will follow those sales. Every Maxus van sold in Europe makes the next Maxus camper van easier to service. Every BYD car sold in Southeast Asia extends the service ecosystem that makes the Wanaka repairable a continent away from where it was built. The question is not whether Chinese motorhomes will become globally serviceable. They already are in the markets where they exist. The question is how long America can delay the inevitable, and what it will cost consumers in the meantime. Let us get precise, because this is the part that American manufacturers are genuinely hoping you skip. The actual engineering numbers, model by model, because the data does not lie. And the data is damning. The Wanaka T5DM Pro Max, BYD T5DM hybrid chassis, 1.5-liter turbocharged petrol engine plus electric motor plus battery. The hybrid architecture means no frequent oil changes on the electric drive side. Regenerative braking extends brake pad life significantly. The fiberglass composite body panels resist water intrusion at the panel joints, the #1 cause of long-term structural damage in American-built RVs. The centralized smart control panel, one touchscreen managing lighting, climate, water, batteries, cameras, replaces the scattered multi-switch nightmares of older American designs and enables faster fault diagnosis. Inside China, easy, affordable, fast. Outside China, chassis support through the BYD export network, which is expanding rapidly. The LiveZone Power RV Great Wall Power pickup platform. BorgWarner 4WD. This is mechanically a truck. A capable, modern, well-documented truck. Any shop that has worked on a Great Wall or Haval vehicle, increasingly common in Australia, the Middle East, South Africa, and Europe, can handle the drivetrain. The BorgWarner components are globally standard. The living quarters draw on established Chinese RV fight-out techniques. Parts for the chassis components can be sourced through general automotive channels in most export markets. The Dongfeng MS600. This is the expedition vehicle. Heavy-duty truck platform. Cummins diesel. Independent suspension. Winch-ready. Military-grade construction philosophy. If you are driving across Central Asia or into Sub-Saharan Africa, the Cummins engine is arguably your best friend, because Cummins service is everywhere. The MS600 is not trying to be elegant. It is trying to be indestructible and fixable. On those two metrics, it succeeds in ways no American overlanding conversion can match at its price point. What they discovered next surprised everyone. The Maxus electric and hybrid camper vans. SAIC Maxus van platforms. In the UK and across 14 European countries, Maxus has built what no other Chinese RV brand has yet achieved outside Asia: a complete refined professional OEM-grade service infrastructure. Maxus Assist. 5 years of roadside assistance included with purchase. Authorized repairers trained to manufacturer specification. Parts warehoused regionally. a digital warranty claim system that does not require you to drive 4 states away and wait 47 days. This is the model. This is what the future of Chinese RV global expansion looks like. And Maxis in Europe is proof of concept that it is possible, not in theory, but in practice today, for actual customers who bought actual vehicles and needed actual repairs. There are caveats. Real-world feedback from early adopters raises legitimate concerns. Parts availability outside China for specialized RV-specific components, furniture fittings, proprietary seals, smart home electronics can be slow or unpredictable. Quality control on entry-level models, particularly stripped versions priced around $12,000, is inconsistent. Reports exist of loose fittings, wiring irregularities, and early rust on exposed steel components in some lower-tier builds. The smart and AI-integrated features, voice control, facial recognition entry, full app integration, add a layer of complexity that standard automotive shops cannot handle. If the software glitches, you need a technician who speaks the proprietary system's language. In China, that is fine. Outside China in 2025, that is a risk. None of this is fatal. All of it is solvable with the infrastructure expansion that is already underway. But it must be said clearly because this channel does not deal in propaganda. It deals in reality. Here is the world that is coming. Not in 30 years, not in 10, in 5. By 2029, multiple Chinese motorhome brands will have European-type approval. The certification required to legally sell vehicles in all EU member states. That certification, once granted, opens a market of 450 million consumers. The service infrastructure will expand to meet the sales volume. The sales volume will expand to justify the service infrastructure. This is how automotive ecosystems work. It is how Toyota conquered America in the 1970s. It is how Hyundai became a quality benchmark by the 2010s. The Americans who understand this now, the early importers, the overlanding community, the full-time RV travelers willing to engage with new platforms, will have vehicles that cost 30 to 50% less than their American-made equivalents, built on platforms with documented global serviceability, and designed with maintenance philosophies that their American counterparts abandoned decades ago in favor of margin optimization. The Americans who do not understand this will continue paying $2,000 a year in repairs on vehicles that leak. They will continue waiting 7 weeks for a warranty claim. They will continue being told that delamination and water intrusion are inevitable facts of RV life, by the same industry that profits from the repairs. And this is where the American industry made its fatal mistake. It conflated brand loyalty with quality. It assumed that Elkhart, Indiana would always be the answer, because for 70 years, Elkhart, Indiana was the only option. That era is ending. The technology has arrived, the vehicles exist, the engineering is real. The service infrastructure is being built right now, one market at a time. If you are looking at one of these vehicles right now, 3 things matter. 1. Prioritize BYD, Great Wall, or Maxis chassis. Global parts availability is already there. 2. Verify your importer's warranty before you sign. 3. Budget for early year parts shipping. That risk profile? Still better than a 47-day American dealer wait for a roof seam that should never have leaked. Do you think the American RV industry can adapt in time? Or has it already lost the race it did not know it was running? Drop your answer below. The comments on this one are going to be worth reading. 70 years ago, America built a vehicle and called it freedom. China built a better one and called it engineering. The road ahead is longer than any single highway. And the vehicle that takes you there may not have been built where you expected. If this opened your eyes to what is really happening in the global vehicle industry, you will not want to miss what we cover next. Subscribe and hit the notifications bell, so you do not fall behind.